Thinking about moving to Flowery Branch? Before you pack your bags, let me show you what life here is really like. From lakeside living and top-rated schools to a few things that nobody talks about. Today we're diving into the real pros and cons of living in Flowery Branch, so you can decide if it's right for you. Hey, I'm David Kimbrell, a local real estate agent here in Gainesville, Georgia, and I've been helping buyers and sellers navigate this market since 2019. This channel is your go-to resource for everything about working, playing, living, and buying a home in North Georgia, whether you're relocating from Atlanta, from across the state, or from across the world. If you're planning a move to Gainesville, whether that's tomorrow, next month, or next year, reach out to me directly. My contact information is in the description below. I'd love to be your local tour guide. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. Let's get into it. Pro number one, and probably one of the biggest draws to Flowery Branch in this area, is how close you are to Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is one of the most busiest Corps of Engineers lakes in the nation, and we're right here on the shores of it. Whether you own a boat or just like spending time near the water, maybe picnicking with family or cooking out next to the lake, this is a serious quality of life perk for being in the Flowery Branch area. If you're a boater, you have Aqualand Marina, Holiday Marina, and several other marinas very close to the Flowery Branch area. Plus, there's a lot of Corps of Engineer parks that you can cook out, swim, or just plain hang out and enjoy the quiet beauty of Lake Lanier. A lot of neighborhoods are close to the lake, some even have direct boat access. So if you love recreation, this area is hard to beat. Pro number two, a strong sense of community and of safety. Flowery Branch consistently ranks as one of the safest places to live in Georgia. And as someone who retired after 42 years in public safety, that says a lot. The violent crime rate here is well below the national average, about 92 crimes per 100,000 residents. Compare that to the national average. The historic downtown area has been renovated and is growing in popularity with some little boutique restaurants and various community events. Residents love that small town feel, the friendly neighbors, and the southern hospitality that you experience here in Flowery Branch. Community events and festivals bring people together year-round, and it really does feel like the kind of place where people look out for one another. Pro number three is excellent schools. So if you have children, or you plan to, this is a huge selling point, even for grandchildren, like I have. Flowery Branch is home to some of the highest rated schools, including Flowery Branch High School and a brand new Cherokee Bluff High School. Flowery Branch is also home to several great middle schools in the Hall County School District, including Cherokee Bluffs Middle School, C.W. Davis Middle School, and some well-regarded elementary schools like Spout Springs, Enrichment Academy, Martin Elementary, and one of my favorite is the World Language Academy, where they totally immerse the children into 3 different languages. So by the time they move into middle school, they're fluent in 3 different languages, something that's just unheard of. You can check the ratings of all these schools at greatschools.org. Pro number 4 is the prime location and easy access to get to anywhere in this area. Flowery Branch sits south of Gainesville between Oakwood and Beaufort. So you got the best of both of those towns when it comes to shopping, dining, and a little bit bigger town amenities. The Mall of Georgia is just a short drive south, so there's almost any kind of retail or dining option that you can think of. You've got access to Interstate 985, taking you north towards Gainesville or south towards Atlanta. And it makes commuting to Atlanta very manageable. If you're a traveler for business or for pleasure, Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport is within about an hour to an hour and a half drive of Flowery Branch. So that's great for travelers and frequent flyers. For local aviation enthusiasts, like I am, you're about midway between 2 general aviation airports, Gainesville, KGVL, and Lawrenceville, KLZU. So as a side note, if you want to look at properties from the air, hit Let's Look at Properties in the comments. I love to fly around North Georgia in my plane, and I'd be glad to take you up to show you the different areas. Pro number 5, a charming downtown and strong growth. Downtown Flowery Branch has been revitalized into a cute, walkable little historic district with local eateries, shops, and some character homes from the era. The town's also seen some major growth over the past decade with some retail developments like Stonebridge Village and Spout Springs Shopping Center. Just east of downtown is Duncan Crossing, a small area that used to be the intersection of several roads, and an older gentleman that lived there had hand-painted signs for different directions because it was way out in the country and everyone would stop at the only house they saw and ask for directions. But now Duncan Crossing is a thriving retail mecca for that area. And it's just a little bit south of Flowery Branch, so you have Gainesville to the north, Buford and Duncan Crossing to the south to get all your retail therapy that you need. So that wraps it up for the top 5 pros. As you can see, there's a lot of pluses to living, working, playing, and having a home in Flowery Branch. So now let's move on to the top 5 cons of this area, because let's face it, we want to keep it real. Con number 1 is rising housing costs. Here's the reality. Flowery Branch has gotten more expensive. The median home price for this area is around $412,000. The town's popularity and the proximities that I mentioned in the pros to great amenities has driven those prices up as more people move in. That said, the overall cost of living is still slightly below the national average, which makes it more attractable. So when you factor all that in, groceries, utilities, and the beautiful health care in this area, it's all relative. As a quick note, if you want a free snapshot of the local real estate market here in North Georgia, comment snapshot down in the comments and I'll send you out one. I publish one every month. Con number 2 is traffic and congestion. There's no mass transit in this area, so everyone travels by car or walks. And with growth comes growing pains. Roads like Spout Springs Road, the major corridor north and south through Flowery Branch, can get backed up at times, especially during morning and evening commutes. Ongoing road expansions and construction projects seem to add to that congestion. About 78% of the residents driving to work and minimal public transit, as I mentioned. Having a car is pretty much a necessity here. Con number 3 is slightly limited local shopping and dining. Flowery Branch is growing, but it's still a small town. There's some smaller boutique restaurants, quite a few fast food, and a few larger chains like Chili's. For a wider variety of restaurants, entertainment, and retail therapy, you'll often need to drive north to Gainesville or south to Buford or closer into Atlanta for the real options. If you're used to having everything within a few minutes or within walking distance, that adjustment can take a little getting used to in a small town like Flowery Branch. Con number 4 is a longer than average commute. If you're working in Atlanta or commuting to a larger city, plan for that commute delay. The average commute time around Flowery Branch is about 20 minutes, one way, which is a little above the national average. Peak traffic times on 985, Highway 60, and Spout Springs Road can stretch that just a little bit. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to factor into your daily routine. Typical commuters are traveling south into Metro Atlanta or the Buford area, or north into the Gainesville area, or even further into the mountains. The Atlanta commute is farther than commuting into Gainesville, but it's not bad if you go to work early, time it right, and leave off from the peak times. Con number 5 is a really competitive housing market. Because Flowery Branch is so desirable, the great schools, the lake, the location in North Georgia, homes move fast. Inventory can be tight, especially in those popular school zones that I mentioned and the lake access neighborhoods. If you're not prepared to move quickly or come in with a strong offer, you may miss out. Comment below if you're interested in Flowery Branch area and what is attractive to you about it. Or if you're just looking around or comparing maybe for a future move, or you're not interested, tell me why. I'd like to know what you're thinking about. So there you have it, the top 5 pros and cons of living in Flowery Branch, Georgia. It's a beautiful, safe, and growing community. The pros far outweigh the cons, and I tend to agree with them. If you're thinking about moving here and want guidance buying your first or your next home here in Flowery Branch, reach out. I'd love to help you find that perfect home. And like I said below, if you'd like to take a view from the air, comment below, let's go flying, and I'd be glad to take you up and show you the North Georgia area from the air. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and drop a comment with your questions. See you on the next one.